Hey, this time when I clicked continue, the past went away. Yeah, so like that's an ongoing. There's like multiple effects. Seem to be multiple things where the game glitches out when you when the enemy is past the entire time. The previous bug I encountered that made it a level impossible is when, if the enemy was past the entire time, every couple of turns or so, it would just freeze, in that it wouldn't return control to me correctly. And there still seems to be some kind of lingering bug with that issue, where that specific thing doesn't happen. But there's been a couple times where I finished the round having won, and then I'm still stuck on a loading screen afterwards where it says passed, and it stays there indefinitely. It's a bummer. Not a deal breaker though. Especially in a puzzle quest. In a puzzle mission, you just redo the input real quick. It's really fast. Few remedies exist for a man who has lost his youthful vigor. The recommended solution is a simple mixture of raw dragon egg, a sprinkle of sugar, and a splash of pepper vodka. Should no dragon eggs be readily available, instead boil the liver of a cockatrice after first massaging in a blend of Zaracanian spices. Yeah, it's easy. You can't find a dragon, just go get a cockatrice. It's easy. Wow. So whoever wrote that recipe just wanted people to die. And it definitely doesn't work. They just wanted people to go die.
Night on the High Road, a day afore last, claimed the beast's called a girly Cora or some such.
We've been here. I just hadn't gone this particular little branch down here. And that's about it. Alright. Any kind of event here, or just the usual prayer option? Oh, it's just the prayer option. There's no dialogue. Okay. I can save it for later, just in case. Gonna have to book it for a bit. I don't have a local fast travel spot. Yeah, all I did was warp across one screen. This should be like the final stretch, though. I believe I've fully explored the map aside from this one path that leads directly to the exclamation point that should be probably the exit point of the entire screen.
One evening, soldiers brought before Meve the elf she had saved from a lynching. It seemed he had been the fiend who had poisoned the water barrels from which several soldiers had drunk, then suffered and died.
Yes, I did it. And I regret it not one bit.
Seethed the elf.
Nilfgaardian, Temerian, some brute from Lyria, you Dwan are all alike. I detest you. All of you, your filth for what you wrought with my brethren. I'm proud. I am that even a few of your kind perished at my hand. Hail and Shay.
Meve pursed her lips into a thin white line. Reynard knew the expression. It did not bode well.
Well, so he's not even a Nilfgaardian spy, he's just a racist. It's definitely why I was hoping for an option to just save him from them, but also not take him with us, because I'm like, why would we trust him to recruit him? I don't know who the fuck this guy is. I just don't want somebody to be lynched without any evidence. And now we're dealing with this. Alright.
I should drag you to the capital. Hang you high in the market square.
Meve said through gritted teeth.
Yet this you would want. Am I right? For your folk to speak of you? For your folk to remember? Well, you shan't have it. You'll hang here, in the middle of nowhere, with but crows to witness it and then pick at your eyes.
It was a summary execution. No sentence was read, no last wish observed. The elf's corpse then hung long at the roadside, as none came forth to claim and bury it.
Oh, oh, that was his death, right? Damn. Well, there's one witness, this guy over here, unless this is 100 leagues away or something. Meve knew what to do. Like, I ain't giving you fame for this.
We welcome you home, Your Majesty. Prince Willem awaits your return, your grace. Good you've returned, ma'am. Lyria needs you. We welcome you.
Oh hey, there's the waypoint. Gotcha. Final stretch. One big story thing. Hey, look at that sight. Look at those
All
hills.
at last, your grace.
We shall not enjoy it long, I fear. Soon we must face the black-clads in the field.
Yet a moment's peace we will have. After that drubbing you gave them at Dravigrad, they'll wish to rethink their strategy.
That is a beautiful sight. That makes me want to play Carcassonne very badly. Can't be the only one who thinks about that. I'm ruined. So this whole gate's continuous? Yeah. Still keeping an eye out for resources. Can't ever let up. No, I think it's all enclosed. You're just supposed to enjoy the sight. What's this? Oh, I've probably received a letter. Yep. Scoia'tael propaganda. Those damn elves. Translated from Elder Speech. Elves, dwarves, gnomes, halflings, the end of the old order is nigh. The oppressive regimes of the north, the plunderers of our lands, rapists of our folk, shall fall onto the Nilfgaardian onslaught. And we can assist this downfall. We must assist it. Each and every one of us. Those able to wield a weapon, join us in the woods. Seek out a Scoia'tael commando. Those too young, too old, too crippled, fight however you can with poison, dagger, lies. Cowards who stand idle shall be tried after the war as traitors to the elder races. It's one of those nasty settings where, sure, it's a majority human population, but only because of not good reasons in the background. Section end. Only 14 hours. You're approaching an important moment in your journey. If you choose to continue, you'll not be able to resume any unfinished activity in this area. I missed 2 golden chests, huh? What's rough is it tells me what percentage of these I have, but those are the ones I actually want to know. Turn back. What could I be missing? I hope I'm not missing any cards. What's rough is it's hard to know what stuff it's hard to know what stuff on this map is stuff that I want to go back for or not, because if I find a thing and I decline to do the trade that it's offering me, it stays as a point of interest on my map. I kind of just have to wring my memory and try to remember which ones it was. Oh well, I tried to explore, so we get what we get, right?
Meve had ridden out of Lyria in early spring, her retinue modest, as none larger was needed for the brief summit of sovereigns. She returned now to her capital, at the head of an army that dragged behind it bandits and Nilfgaardian prisoners in chains. The whole city came out to greet her. Its traders, craftsfolk, priests. Also, her eldest son and heir, Prince Willem. A boy who, it seemed, might never be prepared to rule. Meve and Willem rode side by side past the cheering throngs, their faces frozen in regal smiles. It was not until they reached the castle stables that they found a corner in which to speak freely, candidly.
Welcome home, Mother. Content I am to see you, to be sure.
And I'm happy to see you. Though I dare say I'd have been much happier to witness you leading an army towards Dravigrad. Willem, I trusted you. Left the realm in your care.
Indeed. And I, in turn, did my utmost to choose the best course for...
Willem, don't be so damned courtly. There's no one else here. My son. Nilfgaard has invaded our home. We're at war. When rulers don't strive and don't choose, when rulers grab their swords and shields and ride out to defend their subjects.
You didn't let me finish.
All right. Say what you wanted to, please.
I feared I'd be hasty, Mother, and I didn't want to be. When we got word of the invasion, the lords convened at the castle. They demanded I hear them out. They wanted to give me counsel. If I'd rushed into the field to confront the foe, I'd have been half blind to the situation, not known all the options I had at my disposal.
A ruler never knows all the options. Yet he must decide and act nonetheless. I need to prepare. I'll see you at the Council of Peers.
And indeed she did, when the peers convened in the throne room. Surrounded by animal hides and Zerrikanian tapestries, the lords stood in tense silence, awaiting the queen. When her figure filled the doorway, they fawningly prostrated themselves.
We've myriad matters to resolve, so I trust you're well rested. Whatever the case, I've no doubt we shall meet the dawn afore we're done. Firstly, we must ask assistance. Pen a letter to King Demavend. Scribe, take this down. Dear... What? Uncle? Cousin? Blast. Again. I, Meve, by the god's grace, sovereign of Rivia and...
Your Grace, Mother, the peers and I, we've come to propose another solution.
Yes, out with it.
We wish to acknowledge Nilfgaard's authority, pledge fealty to the Emperor.
I beg your pardon.
The black-clad hordes outnumber our forces manyfold, and they're far better equipped. We stand not the slightest chance against them in open.
You will not lecture me about Nilfgaard's army, my son. All you know of them you garnered from coloured renderings, whereas I faced them at Dravigrad. I faced them and crushed them.
But your grace, the losses! For this fleeting victory in which you delight, how many of your subjects had to perish? Bend a knee afore the Emperor, and you shall spare thousands.
Nay, never! Understood, Caldwell? Not ever!
I'd hoped to persuade you, but it seems I've failed. Nonetheless, the die's been cast. We've signed the accord with Nilfgaard. Our noble lords stand with me.
The blood left Meve's face. She had realized her son, who had ever professed to detest politics and shirked his duties as crown prince, had just stabbed her in the back, as had her entire court.
What is this? Treason to my eyes! The gallows is what awaits you!
Willem rules Lyria now. And should you not acquiesce and approve the accord, I fear only you, milady, shall have the pleasure to meet the hangman.
Don't get ahead of yourself, Caldwell. My mother will not be harmed. Not one hair on her head. Understood? Confine the Queen to the tower.
You err deeply, my son.
The queen was confined to a cell. Gilded armor she had traded for a simple robe, a courtly retinue for a swarm of rats. She was the very picture of misery. At the window of her cell, gripping the bars, Meve stood powerless, her anger so great she wept and wailed. Her Lyria was free no more.
Yeah, you know what? I don't want Caldwell back in my deck anymore. I don't care if he's got a strong effect or not. Piece of shit. After all we did, he was ready to have me hung. This is why your dog pees on you. No. Is it gonna tell me every individual card I lost? Yeah. Oh, they're making me feel it.
Have I come at a bad time?
Am I gonna change factions or something?
Demons take you, Caldwell. You've long been at this scheme, haven't you? You left the strays of Sparla to roam the realm, to forage, so that I would have to look to them. And thus gained your cohorts the time they needed to complete Lyria's sail to Nilfgaard.
You've seen through it all, that's clear. After the fact, of course, but still.
Willem, you turned him. How?
The boy's not fit to wear the crown. Hasn't sufficient wit nor valor. I know this. You know this. Just that he knows it not. Willem fancied himself a statesman, wished terribly to prove he was one. I made it possible. I've been amply rewarded, I have. Palatine since just yesterday, in fact.
You'll have neither my blessing nor congratulations. Sorry to disappoint you.
I seek neither. I've come for another reason. To bid you adieu. Willem does not seek your death. Does not even fathom it, as you well know. Moreover, his resolve will wilt in time, and he'll wish to free you. So, come the morn, when the young king rides out to pledge fealty afore General Epdahi, you shall use your bed linens to hang yourself.
I see. You wish to see me bow afore you, lie prostrate, beg you for mercy. Plough yourself with a pike, Caldwell. And you needn't send your thugs. I'll not falter nor hesitate. I'll take my own life.
Adieu, your grace, and use your last evening wisely.
Meve felt a rush of despair, yet bit her lip to mute any weeping. No, she would not give Caldwell the satisfaction.
We're lying, right? Like, we're pretending we're gonna kill ourselves so that he doesn't have to send thugs, but we're gonna, like, we have some other plan.
Morning arrived with the sound of footsteps in the corridor. Meve rose from her cot and stood in the center of her cell. She was prepared for anything. Well, nearly anything.
Oh, we're gonna get freed by the advisor that doesn't suck. The one that's actually loyal to us.
The Duke of Dogs.
Or not. Okay. I mean, he was bragging about how he'd be able to escape.
Titles seem senseless under the circumstances, don't you think? Let's forgo them. I'm Gascon.
Has Caldwell sent you? To kill me?
No and a no. Actually, you're free. How shall I put this? That cad, Count Caldwell, used yours truly and the strays as bait in a scheme aimed at kicking your shapely backside off your throne. Now, I'm hardly vindictive. First to forgive, in fact. Take your threat to send me to the gallows. Forgotten already. Yet being played for a fool, I cannot abide. So when the strays freed me, I knew what I'd do to spite the Celts afore I disappeared. I'd free you. That's to say, on one condition. You've got to request it of me, my lady. Courteously.
For my realm I will do this, and much, much more. Even bow afore a brigand. Thus I beg you, Gascon, Duke of Dogs, grant me my freedom.
Ha! Incredible! I've lived to see someone grovel with dignity. The true ruler you've got to be. You are free.
And grateful. Now please let me pass. I must get to the city jail at once.
Would you look at this one? Free her from one prison, she flies off to the next.
They hold Reynard there. And if I've any ally left, anyone who's not betrayed me, it's him. I must get him out.
I'm also pretty sure the Knight Errant is still on your side, if you can find him.
Hold, my lady. Unarmed, alone.
You can come with me.
Have I any other option?
In a sense. See, they locked a few strays in the city pits too. Got a common cause, I'd say. Care to join forces?
The Queen took Gascon up on his offer. Then she, Gascon, and the strays snuck through the city to its dungeon. Reynard had not wavered for a moment in his devotion to the Queen. Never the slouch, he had also not lost any time.
I've inquired among the other arrested soldiers. Many are prepared to fight, even die at your side, Your Grace.
Seems they may yet get their chance. But now we must flee. All of us.
Imprisoned in full plate. That can't be comfortable.
Yet in leaving the jail, the company ran into trouble. When Caldwell's cutthroats had failed to find Meve in her cell waiting for her secret execution, they had informed the Count. He, in turn, dispatched patrols into the streets. The Queen and her cohorts ran into one such unit.
Blast. We shan't outrun them. To arms!
Well, this story has taken a fun turn. From Queen to conquering patrolling army to renegade vigilante other word I can't think of correctly on what's going on. Criminal, fugitive, that's the word I'm going for. Hunting the Queen, and thus Lyrian stood against Lyrian. At first, Meve fought only to stun, to wound, not to kill. Yet she quickly realized the soldiers opposite her held no such reservations. These men, who had saluted her but a few days before, and whose faces she knew well, would pull no punches, soften no blows. Meve had no choice but to follow suit. Find an escape route? Well, how does that work? This is going to be interesting. Once an escape route is found, gain more points than your opponent within 3 turns. Oh. So I have to find an escape route, which who knows what that means, so we'll see when the cards explain it. But also I have to still win overall. Okay, it's a 1-round fight. Got a new character though, Gascon. So does that mean he couldn't die in that previous scene where it seemed like he might die?
Gascon? Bloody hell, where'd you get to?
Oh, is he not in my party?
Your Grace, we must make haste. Caldwell's roused the whole city by now.
What? Oh. They've changed you. Yeah. Order, choose a dark alley to escape down. Huh. But I have to find the escape route first, I'm guessing? Oh, it's an order, which means it has to be targeted, right? But these all have the thing that makes them not targetable. Dark alley. Either an escape route out of the city, or a run-in with Caldwell's reinforcements. Dark as a sewer rat's arsehole and twice the stench. So I need to get to a point where one of them doesn't have the thing that stops me from targeting it, and then I can use him to escape. Okay. We have the longsword ability, which is plus 4 power, plus 1 armor every 3 turns. Our trophies are not here, and all I have right now is Scytheman. He has a hand of 10, I have a hand of 3. How is this going to work exactly?
This harvest will be reaping black-clad heads.
So I can't do this, right? Or can I? It did work. Okay. Does he get a new one every turn? How does this work? Grey Rider. After a different ally is played from hand or moved to another row, move next to it and boost it by 1. So if a different ally either moves or is played, he goes to it and boosts it. 'Tis not steel and blood that wins wars, but information. Oh, the Grey Rider. Wasn't that the guy that was in the corner of my bar that was telling me my game stats? Might as well. I've got to outpace his overall power level.
Like this.
Same as before. Yep. Turncoat leader. Every turn on turn start, draw a card. Oh fuck. His effect is just to draw infinite cards. That's how you win. Like if anyone, like in a normal match, this guy just wins forever because he gets to go through his entire deck without even having to have cards that facilitate that. With a rattle of Caldwell's coin pouch, his oath to the queen was quickly forgotten. What a piece of shit.
My spirit's willing and how, but
Okay, so I do get another one every turn. It's not really explained how he's getting that every turn. He just is. It's not on the card description. All right, another rider. It's not good news.
Every rib's a thief.
What have you played? The Lyrian Landsknecht. Landsknecht. That's a brutal word to pronounce. That's a hell of a... That's 5 consonants in a row. That's insane. Alright, so Loyal, gain 1 charge. So every time he uses his ability, gain a charge. Damage an enemy and all enemies with the same power by 1. Best not laugh at their silly ass hats, believe me.
there's a time to reap, a time to
Hey!
sow. Didn't think I'd leave you just like that, did you?
Is Gascon's rescue.
I did.
Oh, Meve did not have faith. Gascon rescue. Every turn on turn start, do one of the 3 at random. Damage a random enemy by 2, boost a random ally by 2, move a random enemy to the opposite row. So just kind of mischievous, low impact stuff. The Strays of Spala. 'Tis you who led them? 'Tis you they called the Duke of Dogs? Alright, so his card's not that important, but these... I've got a whole hand of new things. The Stray... Oh, that's going to be interesting. I was talking about how my deck felt like it was stagnating. Am I going to get to play with the Strays in my deck from here on out? That's going to make the game interesting. Damage a unit by 5. If it's on a row with fire, damage all units on it by 5. Ooh, I should go make a fire. Set her on fire. Yeah. Mark a unit. Every turn on turn start, damage by 1. When they're destroyed, mark a different one. So just 1 damage per turn, but you get to pick who does it. Move 3 cards on the other row to the other row on their side. If anywhere units, damage it by 2. That's a 6 damage attack too. These are good cards. I wonder if I get to play with them more in the future. Oh, right. I've already played a card. Okay. Might take a while to find the correct one then.
Again and again and again.
Oh man, they're gonna have a lot of units. Fire doesn't have an end point, does it? I feel like I should just light both of their rows on fire.
You mad? Don't shake that.
Fire.
As you wish, milady.
My Arbalists currently don't exist, so there's no reason for me to worry about how many guys I have per row.
Margarita told us of this.
2 of them. They're even bonus versions.
What guarantee do we have that they won't stab us in the back?
We got bigger priorities right now. They let us out in the first place. Add 2 copies to your deck, then boost all copies of the unit in hand, deck, and battlefield by 2. I saw the non-bonus version when I did the elf and onion soup one. I think the boost part is unique to the plus version. I don't think he's built anything new. Whoa. You're an interesting... The plus version of the drummer. So normally the drummer plays the first blitz unit from your deck. Now this version plays the top unit from your deck. And if it happens to be a blitz, do it again. Fuck. The plus versions of cards get really strong. Which we know because of how good the Arbalist was, I suppose.
This could hurt.
More fire.
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
He's gonna quickly run out of... He's gonna run out of places to put any of these cards. Damage all units on the row by 5. Yeah.
I'll relieve you of that pout.
Enjoy that not very effective damage. Did not amount to much. Right, I have not been using my ability enough, have I? Probably been making a mistake there. I need those loyalty bonuses to stay ahead. Or maybe not. We're winning by a fair margin right now. Let's find this escape. Yeah, the frame rate really drops whenever the computer's thinking. I wonder if it's struggling in an unusual way. Because this seems odd to me that it's like having trouble calculating its move. Like, is there something wrong with my computer? Oh, there it goes. I imagine there's just so many units on the board and so many units in his hand that he can't process the sheer number of options.
Left, right.
Okay, you're gonna run out of slots soon. But their cards are getting strong. This is worth 6, but these guys are gonna be worth an extra loyalty boost. The cavalry is not that encouraging, necessarily. I don't know. I mean, this is 10, but this is... You play 6 and damage them by 6.
Bigger they are, easier they are to target.
Can't change the rows because they are out of spaces, but the damage still applies, thankfully. Gate. When this card's timer expires, the city gates will shut. In that moment, if Meve has less points, she will lose the battle. Whenever Meve has departed the city, she was met with cheering crowds and rose petals at her feet. That day was different. Okay, the countdown has started. I found the exit. I should stop using his ability now then, because if I use it more, they just keep turning out to be more enemies. Whereas if I leave them now as dark alleys, he can't get rid of them. That's a bunch of his... That means he can't place any more units. They're just using up his slots. My loyalty ability is going to get real strong here, because I have 4 people to boost. No, place the next one. There we go. It's gonna be plus 25 from the loyalty. Yes. You're not gonna catch up with this. I don't think. I hope not. Please don't. Yeah.
I thank you, Gascon. You and your men for your aid.
'Tis nought, my lady. Strays never say no to a proper brawl.
No brawl this was. Sun rising against Mother. Lyrian striking at Lyrian. I fear a blood war's begun.
Come now. Seems to me the war's ended. Your realm's lost to Nilfgaard. You've no army to speak of.
Then I shall assemble a new one. And with it have Caldwell hanged. And drive Nilfgaard back across the Yaruga.
You're mad! How will you find the men? Riding from hamlet to hamlet, speaking from atop a crate?
No. I shall find them in Edirn. I've a favour to call in with King Demavend, and I'll sway volunteers to my cause on the way.
Well, you've your first willing warriors already.
How so?
We've nothing left in Lyria. Our hideouts are compromised. Caldwell's sure to set a price on our heads, and Nilfgaardians roam the land in numbers. Besides, I'll be right tickled to see proud Queen Meve fighting elbow to elbow with a bandit she'd wish to hang just a half day afore.
Well, it is said my foe's foe is my friend. And I'd be a fool to turn down assistance now, no matter who offers. So be it.
Hey, he's in the deck now. Been added to your army. And yep, the strays are here. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. The deck's just different now. An alchemist.
Very high-minded of you, my lady. So, shall we shake on't? Nay? Well then, the high road beckons. Though first we must escape the city with our lives. Follow me.
This is exciting. I was wondering how the game was gonna handle the fact that, like, normally in Gwent there's like a bunch of different factions and you get to play with all those different factions. But we have a character that's a member of a faction. Well, not anymore.
Lyria was hers no more. Meve now had to flee her capital and realm as quickly as she could. Wont to travel the city streets in a gilded carriage, the Queen now saw them from a slightly different vantage point.
Is this the only way? Are you quite certain? The Queen
is a common fugitive now, so she'd do better to pinch her nose and whinge not at all.
At long last, Meve reached the gate. Yet this she found shut tight, locked and guarded.
God be damned!
Easy, your grace. Nothing we can't solve with a quiver full of quarrels. Those are our men. They were, Reynard, were.
Gascon's raiders were poised to loose their boats, but were thwarted when the Queen stepped out in front of them.
What's she? Your Majesty, I've orders to arrest your grace.
Place me in irons, then.
Please understand, I haven't a choice.
Fear not. You'll be rewarded by Caldwell in Nilfgaardian Florence.
The captain's head dropped. His cheeks burned crimson.
Go, your grace. Flee now, but only to return.
Remember this, Gascon. I'm no fugitive. I'm a queen, robbed of her rightful crown. And though I may need to venture to the world's end before I return, I shall have it back.
This is a next level climb to have. She already had to fight a army several times her size, but now she has to fight an army several times her size just to claim her original kingdom, to then fight an army several times her size.
Having fled Lyria, Queen Meve ventured into Edir, her old friend Reynard and new ally Gascon at her side. The war had bitten into this land too. Still, Meve hoped to sway King Demavend to her cause, and with his aid, to oust the traitors, retake her throne, and drive the Nilfgaardian invader from her realm. Yet to start, she was forced to fight, Scoia'tael no less. Emerging from a wood, Meve's retinue encountered a unit of elven rebels just moments from hanging a handful of prisoners. Among the latter, the Queen spotted a woman, a proud warrior with a striking, thick black braid.
The lass I believe I know.
Well, unless we rush to her rescue, it'll soon be you knew her.
Well said. Lyrians, attack!
It's gonna be a while before we see the map screen again, huh? A forestalled execution. It was Meve's first clash with the Scoia'tael, warriors who bled for the non-human cause. The name translates to squirrels in the common tongue, a reference to the ruddy tails fastened to their caps and helmets. The ornament had become a hallmark for the partisans, much like the icy cruelty to which they subjected their human prisoners. Eliminate the Scoia'tael executioners. Do not let Black Rayla die. So that's it. We're recruiting new heroes. I didn't get Ek back, did I? Did I only have him for like a moment? Is my trophy gone too? I actually don't know what my current deck is like. I guess it doesn't matter because I don't get to control my deck for a while anyway, because we have special cards. Unique cards, special rules, another one rounder, okay. I'll do it. He's still here, huh? I don't know. No, I mean, the Manticore trophy's still here. I'm guessing because he's an optional piece of content, he's not going to necessarily show up as an explained part of the story of being definitely with me. But I guess he's probably still with me because, I mean, his trophy's still here. So I would hope that he's still here. I think the things they told me that they took away from my deck were just the ones that were explicitly the generic army units of my old army. Oh yeah, I can check my whole deck. There's the Infiltrators. There's the Alchemist. There he is. Yep, so he's still in my group. He's just not showing up in the story because he's seemingly not a mandatory character. And there's Renard, who I thought was going to save us until Gascon showed up. I wasn't expecting Gascon in particular because I thought he might be killable, but maybe he's not. If that happened. Alright, what's the situation? Black Rayla, immobile. If this unit is alone on its row on turn start, move it to Meve's side. Exceptions are a clear road to human... What does it say? Yeah. Exceptions are a clear road to human blood spilt. All Scoia'tael must die. Leave the gods to sort the wheat from the chaff. Damn. She's about as extremist as the elves are. Admittedly, the elves really suck, at least in their current state in Witcher. Like, specifically, the first time you encounter elves in the books is that they have this forest where if you go anywhere near their territory, you just are immediately killed. Just an arrow to the head, immediately murdered. No context, no dialogue, no warning. They will just kill you on sight. And so when Geralt's going into the elven territory, he just finds, if I remember correctly, he just finds bodies of people with arrows in their heads, often pinned to trees or whatnot. And other same wise, distressingly, they're also stretching slowly outward out of their own territory and killing people further and further out. Yeah, Geralt's only able to interact with them, one, because he can avoid getting killed by the arrows immediately, and then he also has a reputation and some names to drop that can stall them. Otherwise, if you're just some sad farmer, you just die. Scoia'tael Executioner. After 5 turns on turn start, destroy Black Rayla. Humans deserve to be punished, pushed into the Great Sea. Heavy stones tied around their feet. Alright, so two 5-power units that have to be defeated. A lot of crushing traps. So we have that guy. Those are familiar. Immediately having Gascon on the power is decent. Oh, if in the hand, deck, or on the battlefield, strengthen self by 1 whenever an enemy or allied card is moved. Huh. Just constantly getting strengthened. Alright. Which means this guy strengthens him by 3. Was it? Yeah. So every time I use one of these guys, he gets 3 stronger, for example. This guy doesn't move anybody. That's the fire guy. If I had a graveyard, this would be useful, but I don't currently have one. A bear would be fun, though. Onion soup. I don't currently have anything in my graveyard. This will damage people every time they're played, which is nice. 2 crushing traps is almost certainly overkill. Which Meve ability? Damage an enemy and all tied with them by 4. Okay, so I do have that at least. So I'll get a good use out of at least one of these cards, but 2 is a bit much. Instead of raw on fire, I can work with that, I suppose, as long as I don't kill the hostage. I don't know how good they're going to be at killing my units. The infiltrator. Spy. I got my first spy. After 2 turns on turn start, boost self by the power of the unit on the right, then move to the opposite side. There's always a way in. Just need the right key. Of course, climbing works too if you're in a pinch. Alright. That could be interesting. I can work with that if they damage me. And that could be good. I feel like there's something else I want. Yeah, I don't have any of my drummers and stuff like that. I still have medics and drummers. That's what I got to keep. Cool. So I can still boost my drummers at some point to make them cooler. Yeah, any of these guys would be really good to get. There's other options that are good. Shit. I lost my archers. Yeah, that's brutal. That was my primary way of damaging things. Gonna be weird to try to do without those. What's your deal? Set a unit's power equal to the unit... equal to unit's left. A unit's power, not this unit's power. So you pick some... yeah, you pick somebody. Can't target bosses. 2 ounces calcium equum, 1 ounce rubedo. So if somebody's to the right of the bear, then they can become the power of the bear. Isn't that interesting? Gonna take some time to get used to this new deck. Okay. Yeah, without the archers, my ability to kill the executioners is not as impressive as it used to be. I need some damage dealers in my hand. These guys do 1 per turn. That's too slow. Yeah, it's too slow. I need to do better than that amount. Oh, but I have her ability, which is 4 already. I can work with that. If I just light the raw on fire even, that would do a lot. Or just do a slinger. I'll use the slinger and her ability. Yeah. Except I'll damage her. Which is not ideal. She has no other ability but just to come to my team. Let's focus on the single targets for now, I suppose. Yeah. This will be interesting. Let's just start. That's too many fire effects. Okay, that's a good card. And can I draw... I would like to draw anything else, really. Like one of the heroes. Let's just go how deep I can get. Okay, that's the same card. Okay, we've got a Scytheman.
She can't breathe, Your Grace. We must rush to her aid.
Damage unit by 2. If it's already boosted, damage it by 6 instead. Oh, boy. Oh. Okay. Take another step, Joan. You'd look better with an arrow between your eyes. I think that's actually a quote from the book. They actually might all be, huh? Maybe. Damn, so it's specifically counters anyone that has a boost, and it has a cooldown, which means it comes... Oh, okay, so it can do that every turn. That's interesting. But instead of being a thing he can do every turn, it's specifically an order. Well, I guess that's how they work if it's not the protagonist. Let's see. There are no loyal abilities to trigger, really, except this guy, but I don't want to start with him. So let's start with you. I need to take out everyone on that row as fast as possible.
The chase is on!
There we go. That pretty much takes care of both of them, as long as he doesn't die. Your ability is just a move. Which doesn't matter to me right now, because I don't have abilities that are based on how many people are in a row right now. Oh. Shit. Was he boosted? Why did you kill him in one hit? Oh. Do I have high morale, which causes everyone to be boosted, which means that they always do 6 damage? Because that's a problem. Pretty bad for me. Well, they've played more cards though, so I can just use a slinger.
Bigger they are, easier they are to target.
Except that puts him in the that puts them in the back row anyway, making them hard. Oh, but the executioner's gone now though, so at least she's safe now. Damn. They deal damage. God damn. Eliminate the executioners. Do not let Black Rayla die. I mean, I've killed the executioners. And she's not dead. Huh. I won basically already, didn't I? I guess I have to also get her over here, even though that's not what it technically says. Let's try this guy out. Ooh. Grey Rider. Eh. It's pretty eh. You're interesting if you can survive long enough, which I don't know, man. What do you do? Whenever a non-elf unit is destroyed, boost this unit by 2. Many non-humans, fed up with the racism and xenophobia they encounter in the cities, decide to join the Scoia'tael, where they become very racist. I know, right? Plot twist. Major plot twist.
The elves, scatter them. They block our path.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Elven Sentry. Duel the lowest enemy. If it was destroyed, double this unit's current power and refresh its order ability. Fuck. Too long we've suffered in silence. Oh my god. Every 2 turns it attacks the lowest enemy and then doubles in power? Oh, the current power though. Which means that if it attacks an enemy that's stronger than it, it will... if it takes any damage, then that affects what it's doubling from. That's concerning, though. Deploy, set row on fire. Let's do it.
I smell a leak.
All you do is get stronger. That's your only effect. Gascoigne's currently kind of boring. He doesn't even like attack when played or like do some sort of effect on everybody, making him kind of a disappointing hero-ish character. Especially compared to what he was doing during the escape where he had a bunch of other effects. I'm wondering if I can reawaken that somehow. Ooh, transform a damaged unit into a bear. Yes. So the weakest unit is now this guy, so if you attack this guy, then you will die. Maybe. Does he attack first or does he attack? Is there is it turn order based or I don't remember how duels work. We'll see, I guess. Nope, he just one-shots the guy and doesn't take any damage in return. Shit. Alright, well they're gonna get very strong. He's gonna keep getting stronger, isn't he? Let's grab this guy's power. That's something to work on. I guess I should make you move because he'll get stronger. Ta-da! Why not? It's a thing that happens. All enemies with the same power. Let's see how this works. So my guy got stronger. This should not attack my enemy because it says it'll only attack enemies. Destroy damage an enemy unit and other enemies at the same power level. That should not count my guy. Oh. That... Huh. The destruction of the siege weapon counted as a unit being destroyed, so they lost power. That's interesting. I don't have any... I'm pretty in trouble here. I don't have any more attack types. I gotta focus on this guy. I wanted to attack the row, but I do have to take care of this person or we'll never win. Look how strong you are now. My weakest unit is this 18 over here. Equal to the unit on its left. Yeah, I need to put somebody next to that guy first. Cool, he's gonna duel the weakest guy, but the weakest guy is gonna be stronger than him. Huh. Equal to the unit on its left, so put it here. And then I can make him have a power of 20 next turn. Or something equivalent. Ah, he didn't attack. That's a problem for me. Duel the lowest enemy. Ah, I need him to duel somebody that's gonna get him killed. I need him to not double again, or he'll be a problem. So I can't let anyone be below that mount. Set a unit's power to the power of the on its left. I guess you're gonna have to become the 20.
There's been a mistake. I'm no mage.
What? Cannot target bosses. You're not a boss. All right, there's no one on your left, no one on your left. So the takeaway is he can't target himself, which is a problem because whoever I play is going to die to that guy and then make him twice as powerful when he attacks next turn. Then I can't not play a card. Shit. Well, that's unfortunate.
Greetings. What is it?
Oh, he got weaker.
There's a time to reap, a time to sow, a time to die.
I think I just can't win.
You mad? Don't shake that.
I should have been trying to light him on fire sooner, huh? No, I won. Okay. No, I just had to have him not die. Okay.
The Scoia'tael warriors shocked the queen with their speed, their cunning, and their cruelty. Yet in the end, the Lyrians prevailed. When the last elf hit the ground, the queen had her men untie those they'd sought to hang.
1,000 thanks, your grace. Heard many tales of your valor. Pleased to see they weren't just flattery and propaganda.
Black Rayla. Haga, we saw you there. You command King Demoven's special forces.
That's right. Though not many remain to command.
So I see. How did it come to this?
My liege sent me to wipe out a Scoia'tael band, led by a rat called Eldane. Followed the vermin's tracks for several days. Straight into his trap, turned out.
Hunting elves in the woods. Truly inspired, I must say.
Had no choice. Doing nothing would have brought us surer, swifter doom. The Black Clad have invaded Edirn. Thanks to elven aid. They snap our supply lines, lurk like dogs, prey on vulnerable units and scouts.
You mean to say Nilfgaard's broken your defenses?
Aye. Though their march will soon halt, believe me. To advance, they'll have to take Rosberg, a stronghold that's yet to fall once. They'll break against its walls like waves upon the rocks.
While Edirn stands, the north is not yet lost.
I'll convey your grace's words to the king at the first occasion.
I'd rather hope to convey them myself. I have come to Edirne seeking aid. I wish to ask Demavend for support.
The king is in Rosberg, overseeing siege preparations. I'm heading that way too to report on our skirmish with the Scoia'tael. I might serve as your guide. These lands I know better than any.
Black Rayla in the party. That is a lot of hanging corpses around her. She was about to have a very ironic death, wasn't she?
Excellent. Guide on.
Yeah, for a moment there I was concerned that I might have lost if I didn't successfully make her switch to my team. Nope, we're good.